stage 1. It's never too late to quit. Even if you're still smoking, you need to ask your doctor about annual lung cancer screening. Just 30 minutes a year could save your life.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome into the locker room, the most sacred of spaces in sports. Talking you through the behind-the-scenes conversations that happen behind closed doors. With former Nebraska football tight end Chancellor Brewington.
Chancellor Brewington, the 6-year senior tight end, finding his way into the end zone.
And former South Dakota State running back and Nebraska football assistant Mikey Daniel.
Hand off to Daniel inside the 2 to the 1, and he powers his way into the end zone for a South Dakota State touchdown.
This is The Locker Room, brought to you by App Foundation Repair. Here are your hosts, Chancellor Brewington and Mikey Daniel.
Yes, welcome into the locker room here today on 93.7 The Ticket. Another great episode lined up for you. No shortage of things to talk about and a special guest in studio. So I'll throw it over to Mikey and Chancellor to get this thing rolling.
Man, welcome into the locker room, y'all. It's a Monday. We just come off a long Thanksgiving break, man. A lot to be thankful for. Chancellor, as always, good to see you. Gabe, my brother, man, how you doing?
Doing great, man. Glad to be here. Glad to be on your show.
Yeah, man, we're excited to have you. It's a guy that I've been wanting all season, so thankful we're able to have this opportunity now. But this is the locker room, right? So we just we have real life conversations about what you're gonna have a conversation about in the locker room. We both done put the pads on. We know what it's like. We know the conversations, and we just keep it real. We let the viewers have an inside scoop on what it really looks like to put the pads on and to go through the day in and day out of the locker room. So welcome, man. Chancellor, where do you want to get started? I always start with a quote card.
Yeah. You got one?
I don't. I can't even today.
Based on circumstances, I think we should just get right into it.
I think so too.
Yeah. Well, I guess, Gabe, just tell us where you at. Just body and, just an overall Gabe Ervin. Not really for, football, whatever, that aside, but how are you actually doing?
Doing great. Not like I'm doing great, dealing with a lot right now, but, with the whole, situation. But, outside of everything, just doing great, staying positive, mentally positive, just worried about, my body's feeling great. Just want to, get it capitalized on that even more, so where my future holds, I'll be, the best version of myself. But, feeling great overall, just being in positive spirits, but, I'm just ready to go. I'm hungry.
That word right there, hungry. That's why, you dealt with injury. You've dealt with adversity throughout your career here, right?
Yep.
And so, to me, this isn't that. It's not an injury, right? But it's still adversity, right? Now, however you want to think about it, it's adversity. Maybe it didn't shake out the way you wanted it to. Maybe whatever the case may be, right? And so, this is nothing new. You obviously just hit the transfer portal today, right? And so moving forward into a new opportunity this is a new adversity, right? That's all it is. It's a new. I don't even see it really as an adversity, maybe, but just a new opportunity to go show who you really are.
Sure.
To go show that you're still about it, that you're still the guy that came out of Buford a few years ago.
Yep.
I want to ask this question, bro. Who is Gabe Ervin? For the people who like real rap, who is Gabe Ervin? The people that don't really know, that aren't inside the locker room, see you play, maybe see you on social media a little bit. Who is Gabe Ervin?
Yeah.
Yep. I'm a humble guy, so I don't, talk about my accolades a lot, but, I'm finna spill it here. So, 2021, I came in, came in a crowded room. I love all those guys that was in the room 2021 in the
Wow.
spring.
Yeah.
I made a decision to graduate high school early for that reason, just to capitalize on myself even more going in early. Had a great spring. The coaches got an eye on me quick. Oh, yeah, this guy can play. This guy can play right away. So, just had a great spring in fall camp, won the job. Versus Illinois 2021, we went to them. I was the first one in the game. So from there, like, it just like proves of, how talented I am and the hard work and dedication that I put into that as an 18-year-old. I just love the work, man. I came from beautiful program, Buford, Georgia. I think a lot of people know about Buford High School. The coaches and the staff that's over there just, implemented into us from day one when we were little kids. Like, you got to work. Anything you do, you just got to put your head down and work. And then everything's not going to be given to you. I knew going into Nebraska that it wasn't just going to give it to me. I had to work every single day and just outwork everybody. So had a good couple games. The first game against Illinois, had a good game. And then second against Fordham, and then Buffalo, then Oklahoma. I was getting rolling in Oklahoma game 4. Then I had a season-ending injury, which tore me apart. But, it taught me, like what Mikey said in the beginning of the show about adversity. I had to deal with adversity, in my first season, as a Nebraska Cornhusker.
And it's just in college in general.
Yeah. So, I'm all about adversity, just like, dealing with something and then it just make you stronger. So second season, dealing with just still coming back from the season, still had to get my feet wet, not from the season, from the injury. And third year, rule staff come in and I'm, healthy more than ever. Rule staffs come in and, from the spring, they're like, yeah, this is a freak, this is a freak of nature, just putting my talent to play, Mikey would tell you. And I was doing good. I loved it. Love rule staff, love how he operates. And, I was the guy there. I was this guy, Minnesota game I started and it was, up from there. But third game of the season against Northern Illinois, had another season injury. So it's just been injuries that, has been impacted my career. And I don't want people to define, my stats, career stats, quote unquote, as my production. I want them to look at my potential, more potential than production, because I know my body and I know right now I'm more like fresh more than ever, in a positive spirit, and I can go somewhere and make an impact, make an opportunity.
I mean, you're 6 foot, 227 around there, right?
Yep.
And he's right. I mean, when this staff came in, at this point I was working in the weight room and nobody knew anybody. Nobody knew Adam Reeve at this point. There's all a bunch of new faces, new people. And so right away, people took notice, right? You passed the eye test. He's like you talked about, he's a freak of nature. He's running at 21 miles an hour. I mean, just a freak in the weight room, but approached every day as if there was it reminds me a lot of Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston, we talk about him. I love watching him just because he loves the game of football. And he just brings that energy, that mood, that vibe. And Gabe loves the game of football. And so I've always been in his corner. This is a guy that wherever he goes, they're going to get a steal.
Yeah, for sure.
The good thing is, right, although you had the injuries, you don't have a lot of mileage, right? So you can think about one, two ways. If you're a running back, right, you don't want to, like Ashton Genty, for example. You said what? They took like 4 years off his career, right?
I mean, it's 30 carries a game.
Like,
I mean,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You don't have that. So there's a blessing and a curse with that. And the good thing to me is that you don't have that mileage. And being a bigger back, you showed, hey, I can be the starter, but also if you're going to put me in this role, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it with a good attitude, right? You got moved to kind of like a short yardage goal line. You had the 2 touchdowns against UTEP, I want to say, in the first game of the year. And then I was kind of seeing, I'm like, all right, maybe this is how it's going to unfold. And it never really did. It never really the steam never picked up from there. That was kind of it for you. And at that point, that's where I started making a question. If you go back from week 1, we're always talking about this running back room got to eat. Like they're top to bottom. You have Ramir, you have Gay, you have Emmett, you have Dante. Bro, there should have been 40 carries a game out of that room.
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't. And that just is what it is, right? It's part of the process. Okay, good. We live, we learn, we move on. But for me, I'm just excited to see whoever picks you up because I know how much untapped potential you have.
Sure. What is one thing, obviously dealing with the 2 injuries first year, then third year, what was the one thing you learned through those two things?
So after the first injury in 2021, that was very hard because I really never dealt with a serious injury like that. So first off the bat, I had to learn how to deal with that type of adversity. And going through that process, I'm thinking to myself, I'm being the same guy and all this and that. But going through the rehab, it just made me stronger. Mark Meyer, the athletic trainer that at the time, he just taught me how to grind through all that, process, embrace the delay. It was a BFR that, we was doing, rehab.
Man.
It's called embracing the delay. And it's just like, going through those tough times, because like when you get out of those, when you're in those times, you realize what it's like when all that is gone. So it just kind of fumes you, in a type of way, like, oh my goodness, like I'm ready to unleash. And then when you finally back to your normal self, you know what it's like to be in the dark. So you take advantage of the light. You take advantage of every opportunity that comes your way. And especially you kind of encourage others too. You just look at it at a whole different perspective. So it taught me that at a young age, going, being in the beginning of Nebraska. But my third year, when my second season-ending injury, it's basically the same thing. It's just like, kind of just doubled it. It made it even better because now I'm going to be even more stronger. Like, I'm figuring out ways with my body that I can do on and off the field that is just going to make me an elite athlete. I'm just like, just taking care of my body extra more, yoga, Pilates, all of that, just to be, a better player. I didn't know about all of that before, but now that I know that, it's just going to, make me even a more elite player.
No question. My biggest concern was when the injury happened last year, it was like, you can do one of two things. You can either get folded by the system, or you can rise and you can, like, adversity. You hear it all the time. Adversity introduces a man to himself, right? So I've seen a lot of people get injured and they get folded. You don't never see them come back. And I'm like, what is Gabe gonna do while he's out for the season, right? This is the second time that he's been injured for the year. And how is he bounced back from this? Like, mentally, is he tough enough to bounce back? And I check on you daily. I'm like, man, bro, over here on his little scooter, he doing his whatever the case may be. I'm like, Gabe, how you doing? And what surprised me the most is that you always had a good attitude, right? Like, it didn't defeat you. There was moments, right? There was moments of weakness that came out, but as a whole, you bodied that. You bodied the recovery. You bodied just the monotony of grinding through rehab, right? And so that's what I was most proud of, to see that you got yourself back ready for another season. So good for you, man.
Appreciate that, man.
So how much time we got?
Oh, we got a few minutes.
One more question. So I want to hit on this on the break, after the break, but I want to tease and just get like a quick little answer. So we obviously talked about like the short yard situation. You've been used, and early in your career, you was used for everything, right? There was no question, whatever. What do you see yourself as a running back? Like, what is Gabe Ervin as a running back? Like, your skill set, like, how do you, in the best system, in the perfect system, how would you want to be used?
First of all, I'm a power back. I'm a power back that got moves. I'm a downhill runner that has breakaway speed. So I feel like that's the type of back that's, that was set apart from other type of backs. Third and 4, when you need me, I might take it for 60. I just need to be in that type of system, where I'm used the way I need to be used.
Perfect.
All right, great stuff. Gabe Ervin in studio here with us on 93.7 The Ticket in the Locker Room. We'll be back with more after this break.
Davis Plumbing is a locally owned company specializing in a wide range of plumbing services for both commercial and residential customers. Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and has a team of experienced plumbers ready to help you with any project, big or small. Customer satisfaction and peace of mind is their number one priority. So for any commercial or residential project, give Davis Plumbing a call today at 402-525-6922. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, You wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right, most recommended Eustace Body Shop.
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
This is where it happens. Long hikes with friends, kayaking adventures with family, more horseback riding, zipline gliding, rock face climbing, hammock camping fun than you could ever imagine. And it's all outdoors, amongst the trees and across the prairie, here beneath Nebraska skies. Plan an outing today at yournebraskaadventure.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings. Your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day with a north breeze, an afternoon high around 22. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with calm winds and a low near 15. And tomorrow, we'll see sunny skies return with a light breeze and a high near 42. I'm meteorologist Kyle Buck from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels and Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Early break.
There's quite a situation going on.
What?
Jake's been asked to step away on Fridays from now on.
Yeah,
they want to break. Young Ben has been dubbed as the curse breaker. He's been dubbed as the curse breaker, and Jake's been asked kindly to step away.
Just for Fridays.
Just
though.
Fridays.
Just Fridays
Step away.
only. Game day only. Game day eve only.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to The Locker Room with Chancellor Brewington and Mikey Daniel. Brought to you by App Foundation Repair on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back in the locker room here on 93.7 The Ticket. Plenty to talk about here on a Monday. Plus, Gabe Ervin Jr. is in studio, so I'll throw it back to Mikey and Chancellor to get segment number 2 rolling.
Man, before we let Chancellor ask you this question about what type of back are you? You know, you said you're a power back, whatever. That's obviously what I was, right? To me, you could play every down. Every down. 1, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. You can pass pro. They could line you up at fullback if they wanted to. There's not really a whole lot that you couldn't do. You know, you got good hands, so you could catch out the backfield if it came down to it. You know, when we talk about systems or like what type of scheme, what type of team do you want to go to? Right? Like if I'm in the NFL, I'm looking at free agency. I play fullback, right? So if I'm looking at free agency, I want to go to a team like San Francisco. Why? Because look how they use their fullback. They throw it to him out the backfield. He's not just a downhill blocker, right? That wasn't me. So I'm looking at a team like that for myself, for example. What type of team is there any teams that or you want to stay in the Big Ten? Do you like the Big Ten, how they play here? What type of system do you like?
So you're talking about in the college or the NFL?
Yeah, in college. In
Okay.
college, as you looking to transfer.
Okay. I feel like the Big Ten has been successful for me. I mean, Nebraska didn't go the way I wanted, but I just know how Big Ten runs the rock, runs the ball. Use their big backs. But I can Big Ten or the SEC. But right now, thinking of a school, that's a good one. That's a good one.
And you don't even have to name a specific school. I'm just more like, okay, I want to go to a team that runs the ball 80% of the time, right?
Yeah.
Or I like, because for me, I like a good mix up.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a team that only runs because that limits me as a running back, right? And so I don't know. There's a lot of good places out there, a lot of good schemes and fits for you. The biggest thing is opportunity.
Oh, for sure.
And obviously NIL is crazy these days. Kids getting 500,000, $1 million to whatever. Whatever. It's not really about the bag; it's about the opportunity.
Oh yeah.
Because the whole idea is to play on Sundays.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So you can go get paid, sure, but if you don't touch the field, what's it matter? Because now it came and went.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So, a perfect world for me, in my future of 2025, I feel like I want to go to a team, that runs the ball effectively, that has a great O-line. O-line's been sound. They're old enough, they're disciplined. Not saying our O-line wasn't as good, but like I just, that's where I'm going. But and just has a good culture. I'm all about culture as well too. Winning culture. I want to win ball games, and that's the end of the day is winning. I want to win ball games. So I want to go to a school that trusts me and believes me to even give me the ball 30 times.
That's word right there. Believes.
How has the NIL era been for you? Because I feel like you kind of hit it right at the start of it, and you've seen it progress into something different. Like it's different now than it was 2021, right?
Oh yeah.
Like how's that been for you? Like trying to navigate it, and now like not talking too much, but now like the portal stuff is just different with the NIL situation. How's that been for you?
It's definitely in the beginning process right now, meaning like how it just entered the portal.
Right.
But going forward, yeah, man, even just like the whole new game of speed, like 2025, bro, like the NIL is going to be crazy. It's going to be different, but it's a blessing. I feel like this is a blessing, just having that opportunity to play at a good school and get blessed with the NIL. I think if it's a blessing, then, oh yeah, I need this type of money, wherever I go and whatever they pay me, I'm gonna love.
My question is, what was your favorite part about playing over here? What was your favorite part about lacing them up and playing in front? Down here on Memorial Lane, Memorial Drive, whatever you call it. What was your favorite part about being a Husker?
Favorite part about being a Husker is, like you said, going out there playing on Saturdays at Memorial Stadium, scoring a touchdown. Scoring a touchdown at Memorial Stadium is absolutely insane.
Second to none.
Like, it is insane. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you score a touchdown and they're like, all that crowd cheering, that's like, that's a different type of feeling because, you're doing that in front of 90,000.
Yeah.
So just going out there and doing what you love out on that field, I mean, that's probably the highlight of like being a Nebraska Cornhusker.
Got some from the chat.
Okay.
Fufu Lane said, love Gabe. He was a dog touch to you. Couldn't get enough touches this year. Woo woo. You can't question his character and hard work. Gabe, we miss you. Can't wait to see you sign somewhere else. So there's love for you. What has Husker Nation meant to you while you've been here? Because I mean, man, the support is, at least from my perspective, the support I feel as if it's like no other.
Man, like they love you, man. Like, they want you to do good, obviously, but for the support system, everywhere I go, it's nothing but love, nothing but positivity. I mean, Nebraska didn't do anything to me. It's just my career. I think about my career. At the end of the day, I love Nebraska. I picked Nebraska when I was a 17-year-old, just, let me go to Nebraska. I mean, so I'm always going to have joy for Nebraska. Even when I'm in my, like, the career of the NFL, like, I'm always going to have joy for Nebraska. Nebraska didn't do nothing but show love to me. So hats off to all the fans. Hats off to everybody that supported me. I mean, I love y'all.
And you hitting it on it. You hitting it right on the head. A lot of people don't understand this, but kids, when they come to a school, their whole objective is not to transfer. Or maybe if you start at a smaller school or whatever the case may be, maybe you're trying to look to level up. Okay. But if you go to a Big Ten school, you a Power 5 school, Power 4 now, I think is what it is. Your whole objective is not to transfer. And this is what a lot of people don't understand, because you'll go to social media and they'll be saying, oh, why he leaving? He's scared of competition, or he this, he's that, and the third. It's like, no, I don't want to leave. I chose this school. Your staff sat in front of my mom and my dad in my living room and said, hey, we want you. We love you. Your family, right? That goes for every recruit. It's not the goal to transfer. So I know that this decision isn't easy for you. I know that, like, Nebraska always going to rep the end, no matter what. Like like the people that you met is your closest people for the rest of your life. You're going to have a lot of close friends, relationships, whatever. And I know it's not easy to leave, is what I'm saying. And I want the fans to understand that there's a lot that goes into these decisions. And you hit it. You said, I got to think about me and my family, just like a coach leaving, right? They thinking about themselves. They're thinking about their family. It's no shade. It's no disrespect. This is what I have to do. What's best for me.
For sure.
Yeah. As we're talking, I'm like, man, like, you talked about the recruiting process a little bit when you're 17 years old, and now you kind of have to go through it again at what? How old are you?
21.
And so, like, now knowing kind of the ins and outs of football program, like the locker room, knowing the coaching, how stuff happens, we touched on it kind of system based, but what things are you going to look for the difference in, 17-year-old Gabe and 21-year-old Gabe?
Yeah. Oh, that's great. I mean, question. Yeah. So 17-year-old Gabe, I'm not going to lie, I love football, but I didn't watch it as much in high school. I didn't watch it how I watch it now. I'm just watching, oh yeah, look at football. Right. But now I watch the O-line blocking. I watch how they move down the field. I watch what the coordinator is playing, the plays that he put in. It's just different now. I look at it from a different perspective. So 17-year-old Gabe was like kind of inexperienced in choosing a school, but I chose a great school. Still, right. You know what I'm saying? But now 21-year-old Gabe, being more mature and knowing the ins and outs of football, knowing what you have to do to be successful, it's just going to be different, man. Like, I'm really choosing a school that I have an opportunity to go and to be successful there. It's just going to be a different mindset for me, and I'm excited.
That's a great question.
We got time for one more question.
Yeah, one more.
What is Gabe outside of football? So like, say there's a school in front of us right here and they chopping it up. Like, what are they gonna get outside of football?
I mean, I'm kind of goofy, man. When I know you, like I'm a goofy cat, man. I mean, I just love people. When people love me, I love them. And I'm a generous dude. I cause no hate. I mean, I'm just really genuine. I want to know about you than what you want to know about me. I'm that type of guy. So it's all love between me. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to have a successful future, man.
Well, there you have it. Great interview so far with Gabe Ervin Jr. You got one more segment coming up here in the locker room on 93.7 The Ticket.
It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apples, chili, vegetables, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's child care tax credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2024 Ford F-150 for $395 per month. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1003769, $395 per month lease for 36 months with proof credit, 7,500 miles per year, $5,250 to assigning, no security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 11/30/24. See for details.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA fighters on Saturday, December 7th with Violence Fight League 2 at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Fights are scheduled throughout the night, and if you haven't been before, now is the perfect time to go, with Nebraska football in between the regular season and a bowl game. Doors open at 6 p.m. with the first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRF-R Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF Trail Bike. At Rod's Powersports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with the Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CRF 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Powersports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Chancellor Brewington and Mikey Daniel. Brought to you by F Foundation Repair on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's been a great day here in the locker room on 93.7 The Ticket with Gabe Ervin Jr. in studio. So we got one more segment. I don't want to waste it on me talking, so let's send it back to you guys.
Well, I like when you talk about
Well, thank you.
It's few and far between, but when he talks, it's usually a gem. That's one thing about Mr. Bach over here. Yeah, we talk about all things locker room. So that's even NFL stuff, we do a lot of predictions and stuff like that. And just mind you, all year, let's boil it down. All year, I chose Nebraska to win every single game, including Ohio State, until the last two. Okay. The last 2 weeks. So Wisconsin, I chose Wisconsin.
Isn't that crazy?
Crazy, bro.
Okay, maybe so. But what's crazier is that I stood on the table for y'all against the number 2 team in the land, Ohio State, and y'all let me down.
We did handle our business, though. I'm not gonna say we had a moral victory, but we went down there and handled our business a little bit.
Talking about a little bit. No, Michigan handled their business. That's a real victory.
Yeah, they did. They did stand on business.
No, but all year, and then the one that hurt me the most was choosing Iowa. Okay. That was tough. It was tough that I can't stand Iowa. And I didn't even play at Nebraska. I just don't like it. The colors are ugly. Their football is ugly. But I respect game.
What made you choose Iowa?
Because I try to reverse psychology.
Okay.
So because when I chose Wisconsin, Nebraska won. Blew them out. So I'm like, oh, okay. Let me do this 2 weeks in a row and I'll see if it worked. It didn't. Yeah, it didn't. But we live and we learn. Yeah. So if there's whenever the bowl game comes, just know I'm choosing the other side. Right? I'm letting you all know that right now. I like to get disrespectful. Tony White's out. Right? Yeah. Is that he officially accepted that job down at Florida State?
Not officially, but there's reports.
Okay, he officially accepted it. Maybe, I don't know. My bad. NFL stuff. Favorite running back right now?
Derrick Henry.
That's why that 2-2. Is that the reason?
Nah, it's just King Henry, dog. From Bama. I'm born in Bama. It's King Henry, dog.
And it's not close?
Not close. King Henry, dog.
Oh. What do you think about that, Chancellor?
I like it. I think y'all run very similar. I think when you talk about the 3rd and 4 breaking a 40, like that's I could see the similarities. I want to go one more Husker question.
Okay.
Or maybe another one to follow it up. But like, what was your favorite? I don't think we touched on it minor, but like, what was your favorite moment playing at Nebraska?
Favorite moment playing in Nebraska? Favorite moment? I would say that Nebraska-Buffalo game, 2021, third game of the season, when, I was really getting in the groove and I scored my first touchdown. Like, that was a moment. That was
that on the
I think you was in on that play.
Yeah, I threw a little block right there.
Yeah, I think you was in on that play.
He made the block?
Yeah, I think he was in on that play.
Oh, he was in, but did he make the block?
Oh, yeah, bro. Chance make every block.
Oh.
Come on, bro.
He just like he make every 3, huh? He a shooter over here, boy. That boy right here. We on a City League basketball team together?
For real?
Yeah.
And we put up the most points.
Him.
All right.
He put him. He put up the most shots though too.
Okay.
Come on.
What you bring to the table?
Defense and rebounds.
Yeah, we just put him on the best player.
Yeah, I'm locked down, bro.
Yeah.
That's what's up though.
I'm telling you, Tuesday nights, you got to check us out. Okay. What do you wish, if you can go back and tell yourself at 17, we talked about this a little bit. What do you wish that you tell yourself? Remember last year, for example, I spoke to the team before or after a lift. And I said, one thing, if I could go back and tell myself is they never loved you. They only love what you could do. That was my advice to the people, to the team. What's something that you would go back, somebody who's going through the recruiting process right now? You have a younger brother going through it, whatever. What you want to go back and tell them, a young you?
I want to tell a young version of me is to watch more football. It's always good to watch more football. That brings the knowledge. Just watch every down, watch more football, study the tape. Another thing I'll tell them is to believe in themselves. Don't believe in other people. Always bet on yourself, because you got to believe in yourself before other people believe in you.
Wow.
And that brings confidence.
That's
Confidence is powerful. The more confidence you have, confidence is like so powerful. If you think you could do something, you go do it, you're probably going to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the power of confidence, and just, preparing every day, working hard, being dedicated and respectful, humble, all of those words, and tell them all of that, so because, younger guys going to college, I mean, it's a big stage for them. It's a big maturity step. It's a lot that goes on in the play of going into college, and not to scare them. It's just, they're getting a little bit older. Sometimes you got to flip the switch, get a little bit older, get more wise. But that's why I'll tell young people.
That's a good word.
As a teammate, what would you bring to the table? What are you going to bring to the table?
I'm gonna bring that juice, man. I'm gonna bring that juice for sure. I'm gonna bring positivity. I'm all about positivity. In the huddle, I'm gonna say positive words. Let's get it, y'all. Let's go get this first down, and we're gonna go get the first down. So I'm that type of teammate, and I'm a loving teammate. When the person that usually talks every day but doesn't talk, what's going on? You straight? You good? I'm that type of teammate.
That's a good word. Hey, here we go. You still be saying that?
Here we go.
Yeah.
No, it's like, let's go to work.
That's what it is. Let's go to work. He'll be running down the hallway, into the weight room. Talking about, let's go to work. He will get ready to hit a bench. Let's go to work.
Yeah, let's go to work.
Yes, go to work, man. Go lift this off. Hurry up before I get mad. What do you want to tell Nebraska Nation, the Husker Nation, as you leave here? Is there something that you like? You want the fans and people to know as you take off from your time here? What do you want them to know?
One thing I want to tell Husker Nation is, I'm doing this for me. I love y'all, but, I'm doing this for me. You're doing this for my career because, I know what it's like. But I just love y'all, man. I love everything that y'all did to me since I stepped a foot in Lincoln, Nebraska. Y'all are probably the most supportive fan base in college football, and everybody knows that. I want to tell y'all to just keep on doing what y'all are doing. Y'all are great. Keep on inspiring people. Keep on being y'all's fans, y'all selves in the stadium, loud and proud. And I just love y'all, man. I love every second of y'all. The culture y'all bring, the positivity, and just like the kindness. I love every bit of it. And I just wish everybody, every y'all the best. I wish all y'all the best. And it's gonna be good, man. I'm still gonna love Nebraska. I still love Nebraska Cornhuskers. I mean, that's just my school. You know, the school I picked out of high school. So just nothing but love between me and y'all.
That's the word.
That's beautiful.
You hear anything else?
That's beautiful. I mean, I think we hit, bro. We hit everything, bro. I think we got to see, or the people got to see. I kind of already know, but the people got to see who you really are. And I think obviously I haven't been around you for real in a minute, but I think one thing I see is like a lot of growth, like as a person. So shout out to you, because at the end of the day, like that, you're the only person who can do that. You know, like you said, like other people can believe in you, and that's one thing I asked off air. Like, you still believe in yourself. At the end of the day, like you said, if you believe in yourself, you can do whatever. You can do whatever. It's the power of the mind, and that's something we talk about. We can talk about it all day.
As a man thinking.
Yeah, as a man thinking, so is he. But I appreciate you coming on, bro. And man, you're gonna do great things, bro. And you're gonna find the exact spot that fits you, and you're gonna sky's the limit, bro.
Hey, man,
and beyond it.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, man. I'm excited to watch you continue down this avenue of life. And he hit it, man. Your maturation process from when I came in to where you are now, I love it. So best of luck. We love you, and we're grateful for you, man.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
All right, there we go. That'll wrap it up for the locker room today. Thanks again to Gabe Ervin for jumping in studio with us. If you missed a little bit of it, head to theticketfm.com to check out the entire episode, or you can check it out on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. On the Block, coming up next year on 93.7 The Ticket.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRF-R Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF Trail Bike. At Rod's Powersports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with a Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CRF 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Powersports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive